You've seen it everywhere, that fizzy fermented tea promising a healthier gut. It's lighting up the refrigerated aisles of every grocery store, from your local co-op to the big box retailers, with each bottle looking like a jewel-toned beacon of wellness. Let's be honest, you might even have a couple in your fridge right now. But what if that daily kombucha habit, the one you think is doing you a world of good, is working against you? This is especially true if you happen to be over 50, when digestive systems can become more sensitive. Before you take another sip, you need to know the 5 critical guidelines that separate real gut support from just another risky health trend. We're going to break down what kombucha is, what the science actually suggests, and how to make this trendy drink work for you. So, let's get to the truth and help you make a smart decision for your health. Rule number 1, know your dose. More isn't better. The first, and maybe most common, mistake people make with kombucha is treating it like it's a bottle of juice or soda. A standard 16-ounce bottle is almost always meant to be 2 servings, not 1. For most healthy adults, a conservative and safe starting point is about 4 ounces a day. Some sources suggest that a reasonable daily amount is somewhere between 4 and 8 ounces a day, and not to exceed 12 ounces. If you're new to kombucha, or if you're over 50, your gut needs time to get acquainted with these new, active communities of bacteria and yeast. Jumping in with a huge dose can cause digestive complaints like gas and bloating. A better approach for beginners is to start small, just 2 to 4 ounces a day, and see how your body responds. This cautious approach is particularly wise as we get older, as our digestive systems can become more sensitive. Overdoing it doesn't lead to more benefits. It just increases the chances of side effects like digestive upset or nausea. The goal is a gentle, consistent introduction of these microbes, not a shock to your system. Rule number 2, perfect your timing. When you drink matters. Just as important as how much you drink is when you drink it. Many people drink kombucha first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, but for some, this can be a recipe for discomfort. Kombucha is naturally acidic, with a pH typically between 2.5 and 3.5. When you introduce that level of acidity into a sensitive or empty stomach, it can sometimes lead to nausea or heartburn. This can be a particular concern for older adults who may already experience acid reflux. A common-sense time to drink kombucha is either with a meal or within an hour or so after eating. The food in your stomach acts as a buffer, protecting your stomach lining from the acid. Plus, drinking it with or after a meal may even help with the digestion of the food you've just eaten. While some people have no problem with it on an empty stomach, it isn't a universal best way, so listen to your body to find what works for you. Rule number 3, scrutinize the source. Not all kombucha is created equal. Where your kombucha comes from and how it's made are critical. First, homemade kombucha can be risky. If your equipment isn't perfectly clean, you can easily grow harmful bacteria or even mold. There have been documented health issues linked to improperly prepared homemade kombucha, including lead poisoning when acidic kombucha was brewed in certain ceramic pots. It's often safer to stick with reputable commercial brands. Even at the store, you need to read the label. The most important words to look for are unpasteurized or raw. Pasteurization kills bacteria, both good and bad, so a pasteurized product won't deliver live probiotic benefits. Next, check the sugar content. Many brands add sugar after fermentation, turning your health drink into a sugary soda. Look for kombuchas with under 10 grams of sugar per serving. Some well-regarded brands known for being raw, unpasteurized, and relatively low in sugar include GT's Synergy, Health-Ade, and Better Booch. GT's is one of the oldest and most widely available brands, known for using a 30-day fermentation process and containing billions of probiotics. Health-Ade is another popular choice that contains beneficial organic acids. Brands like Humm and Remedy also offer zero sugar or very low sugar options. If you're finding this information valuable and want more evidence-based tips to take charge of your health, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're all about cutting through the hype to bring you health advice that's safe, effective, and makes sense. Rule number 4, know if you're on the avoid list. This drink isn't for everyone. This is the most important rule of all. Despite its reputation as a health tonic, kombucha is not for everyone. The very things that make it beneficial for some can make it a risk for others. People with a weakened or compromised immune system should generally avoid unpasteurized products like kombucha. This includes some individuals undergoing chemotherapy, organ transplant recipients, or those with HIV/AIDS. In a compromised system, the body might not handle a large dose of live microbes, potentially leading to infections. Pregnant and breastfeeding women are also advised to be cautious and consult their doctors. Concerns include the trace amounts of alcohol from fermentation and the unpasteurized nature of the drink. Others who should be careful or check with a doctor first include people with underlying conditions like kidney disease, liver problems, or a history of alcohol use disorder. The acidity and alcohol could pose specific risks for these groups. If you fall into any of these categories, always talk to your healthcare provider first. Rule number 5, see the bigger picture. Kombucha is a piece, not the whole puzzle. The final rule is about perspective. It's easy to hope a single superfood will be a magic bullet, but kombucha isn't one. At best, it's one small piece of a much larger puzzle for gut health. The real foundations of a healthy life haven't changed. A diet rich in fiber from a wide variety of plants, getting enough water, staying active, sleeping well, and managing stress. You can't outdrink a poor diet or a high-stress lifestyle. If you want to support your gut, focus on the fundamentals. Incorporate other fermented foods like yogurt with live cultures, kefir, and sauerkraut. Eat plenty of prebiotic foods like beans, leafy greens, and whole grains, which feed your existing good gut bacteria. If you have that foundation solid, then a small, sensible amount of kombucha can be a nice addition, but it should always be seen as a supplement to a healthy lifestyle, not a substitute for one. So, let's recap the 5 guidelines. 1. Know your dose. Start with 2 to 4 ounces and aim for a daily serving of 4 to 8 ounces. 2. Think about your timing. Having it with or after a meal can buffer the acidity. 3. Scrutinize the source. Choose reputable, unpasteurized brands like GT's or Health-Ade and watch the sugar content. 4. Know if you should avoid it. If you're pregnant, immunocompromised, or have certain health conditions, talk to your doctor. And 5. See the bigger picture. Kombucha isn't a cure-all. It's a small addition to a diet rich in other gut-friendly foods like yogurt, kefir, and high-fiber plants. The point here isn't to scare you away from kombucha. It's to empower you to become an informed consumer. This fizzy fermented tea can have a place in a healthy routine, but only when you approach it with knowledge and respect. Now that you know the guidelines, what has your experience with kombucha been? Share your story and any questions in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going.